Hello you wonderful people, and thank you for clicking on the video. What I would like you to do, if you didn't see my last video, which you probably didn't because YouTube didn't show you it, did they? They didn't show you it, did they? Anyway, the link's in the description below if you want to go and watch that. I recommend it. It's a very good video. You should go see it. I do say a lot of really rude things though. So there's that. If you are easily offended, you probably should avoid it. But if you're watching my video and you're a subscriber, then you will enjoy it. You should go watch it. Anyway, here's the video. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I know I look a little bit red. I got caught in the sun, and being a pasty Englishman, the sun won. Yeah, kicked the shit out of me. Anyway, what I want to talk about is an epidemic of lunatic leftists that seem to be infecting the Western civilization, and how that effect has been going on for a number of years now with certain people, and we've allowed this, I believe, through a mixture of tolerance and empathy. We've allowed this to get to a point now where these people are openly calling for the destruction of America. And I'm sure there's more people like this in the UK, but have a look at the video, tell me what you think, and we'll go through it afterwards.
Of all liberation struggles and the movements that seek a world of justice, equality, and peace, that seek to dismantle the United States, I hope you seek to dismantle the United States. And if that isn't your politics, okay? I speak as if everybody has this commitment. And the thing is that you should listen to Indigenous people when they're telling you that this is the goal. And that not only is this the goal, but this is the starting point. Because I think Nick articulated this very clearly. Decolonization is the only thing that is going to save us as a species, is the only thing that's going to save us as a planet. And everyone should just be on board with it, no questions asked. And I say this sometimes on the podcast, our Red Nation podcast, and the co-host of Red Power Hour. You know, like, of the most oppressed ass people in Turtle Island, Indigenous women are like on the top of that fucking list, okay? And incarcerated at higher numbers, murdered at higher numbers, missing at higher numbers, higher levels of rape and all kinds of sexual violence and sexual harassment. I mean, Indigenous women struggle so hard under the settler regime that is the United States, and the way that heteropatriarchy ties so closely into that. And if an Indigenous woman is telling you that decolonization is the solution, and also that there is real hope, and that Palestine offers us, we said this in the speech, Palestine is the alternative path for Native nations. And this is because we understand Palestine, and the liberation of Palestine is the tip of the spear, right? It is a righteous struggle, and it is so powerful that it has literally, in 60 days, changed the entire world. The entire world has changed. I knew it the moment that it happened, that nothing, and I mean nothing, for colonizers or for any of the good, humble people of the earth would be the same ever again. And we need to lean into that. Lean into the fact that colonizers are scared. Lean in to scaring them.
Right, guys, she's called,
and making
when
them
she says
feel
colonizers,
uncomfortable.
she means white people, all right? So view all of that as just a tirade, a racist tirade against the native whites that live in the UK, America, Europe, wherever we are in the world. We need to be decolonized. What a nasty, venomous, disgusting fat bitch. What a disgusting human being. Let me listen to that again. This has wound me up now. Right, let's go through this again. First, she says,
that seek to dismantle the United States. I hope you seek to dismantle the United States. And if that isn't your politics, okay?
So the mask is off, right? They want to destroy the United States and all of the colonizers' proxy countries, which is basically the UK, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, etc. Maybe that's why we're seeing mass immigration flood into our countries, because let's be honest, people like this, she's not alone in her thoughts about destroying us, the colonizers, apparently, right? She's not alone in these thoughts. They're everywhere. They're in academia. They're in the Labour Party. They're in the front bench of the Labour Party. They were basically the Biden administration. So the last 4 years in America, we've seen an absolute ramping up of immigration. We've seen a ramping up of anti-white rhetoric. We've seen a ramping up of the pride movements and basically everything that's designed to destroy the nuclear family. And this is a mask-off moment, guys. This is what they mean. They mean this. They want to destroy your country and they hate you. They hate you. She's being nice by saying that you're a colonizer, but I'm sure she's only saying that because that's what she can get away with. She would call you a hell of a lot worse.
You want your country back? Ha! Shut the fuck up!
You should listen to Indigenous people when they're telling you that this is the goal. And that not only is this the goal, but this is the starting point.
And the thing is, guys, I do believe her. I do believe that that is the goal and this is the starting point, and there will be no end point until there's no more colonizers left. I mean, it's a good, let's be honest, it's a good word to use if I don't want to be flagged by YouTube. So yeah, let's call us colonizers. I'll accept that. That's acceptable. I'm happy to be called a colonizer because it means that we're the best. We're the best. In fact, we're so good, we could just take your country from you.
You want your country back? Ha! Shut the fuck up!
It's not nice when you say it the other way around, is it?
Decolonization is the only thing that is going to save us as a species. It's the only thing that's going to save us as a planet.
So how can getting rid of colonizers, which is me and you, the people that have invented the modern world, how can that save the species? What does that even mean? How can getting rid of a large proportion of your species save the species? Is this what they think? They think they need to get rid of us so that they can save the planet? Because that's delusional, and she's a crazy person. And the worrying thing is, guys, that there's loads of them out there that think this is true. So we're not fighting against like an ideology that's trying to rule over us. We're actually fighting against an ideology that wants to completely erase us from the map. This is an existential threat, guys. It's not a small one, and these people are not going to go away. They obviously need to be purged from academia, but this is a serious problem, okay? We're seeing a lot of these people suddenly pop up because I think they're getting a little bit worried, they're getting a little bit antsy, and they're trying to hold on to the power that they've currently got. And when I say power, I mean this.
Of the most oppressed ass people in Turtle Island, Indigenous women are like on the top of that fucking list, okay?
And this is the thing, guys, right? That's immediately what I think of when I see these people flipping out. It's because they're losing their power. In the old paradigm, the one that's just finished with the collapse of the Biden administration, you saw a power structure in the United States, a societal power structure in which people of color, BIPOCs, whatever you want to call them, especially this woman being a Native American, they were right at the top of that power structure. You couldn't criticize them. You couldn't do anything against them whatsoever without being called a racist, a bigot, or whatever, and then your career's destroyed. They had a lot of power under the old regime. And I think they've found out very quickly that this new Trumpian era is not putting up with any of that shit. And they're scared, they want that power, and they're lashing out because they think the only way that they can have that security long-term in their eyes, I don't know what they think because they're obviously a bit mental, but I'm imagining the only way that they can feel secure is by getting rid of the people that are oppressing them in their eyes, which is us, by just living and existing. We're oppressing them. So if they get rid of us, they'll feel more free. What they don't realize is that the rest of the world doesn't share these left-wing ideology or doesn't share these left-wing fantasies either. Like, do you think China, if, let's say, the West just collapsed and these people got their way, do you think China would just be like, all right, yeah, you guys can take over those countries, you people of color and you Africans? Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're destroying the country. Oh, we'll just take over now, thanks. They won't let you, and you won't be able to do it anyway. I mean, come on, guys. The Native Americans had thousands of years to, advance their civilization, and they never did. They were nomadic from the beginning to the end. That's why they were so easily defeated. Africans, let's be honest, guys, that is a shithole continent with people that are so retarded that they didn't even invent the wheel. Aborigines, right? We've been accused of seeing them off, right? 60,000 people 60,000 Aborigines were there when we first got to the continent. And then I think it was 70% of them died off. Now, they say that we did that, but I'm attributing that to smallpox and other diseases because that's common sense. What I'm trying to say is, all of these people around the world that are still around in their enclaves, but they've had their previous, I mean, they're not even civilizations. They had their previous way of life disrupted by people like myself and like you who are very advanced and we brought technology. That is just the natural evolution of things. You can't blame a people for being smart, and you can't blame a people for being good with their hands and inventing things and using their brains. Okay, you can't blame people. You can, and it sounds crazy, and that's what we just saw. But these people are everywhere, and they are ideologically driven. They will not think rationally like, oh, well, maybe, yeah, if we did invent something, we might have been able to defend ourselves, and that probably wasn't a good idea as a civilization, especially when the rest of the world is, you know, running ahead at full steam, inventing steam engines and guns. We probably should have done more. But no accountability. It's our fault. Even if it wasn't us and someone else came along, it'd probably still be our fault, let's be honest. So I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of these games. I'm tired of playing their games. I think we all are. And I'm tired of listening to them. I am very tired of having these people in my country and your country, our countries, telling us that we need to die. Yeah, I'm tired of that. Anyway, guys, if you like the video, please subscribe. YouTube, I'm sick of saying this, but they are unsubscribing people all the time. They're not sharing the channel. It's just hard, guys. I want to get these messages out, but obviously the people that we're dealing with are people like her. They're nutcases, and they've been in charge of YouTube from the beginning, so I'm fighting a uphill battle. We will win it eventually. But right now is a little bit difficult. So if you could share the video, like it, make sure, like I said, you're still subscribed, put those notifications on, and I'll see you next time with more good news.